Good morning, everybody. Matthew Armstrong here on day 25 of our 90-day challenge from mediocrity to mastery. And it's a great pleasure to be speaking with you again today. I feel different today. Yesterday, as I mentioned, I woke up just feeling completely out of sorts. Had some bad dreams, some nightmares, and before waking up, and woke up just feeling completely not right whatsoever. And this morning I had the complete opposite. I had some very auspicious dreams and woke up feeling really good, and centered and settled. So that's the balance of life, right? You get a balance of the good and the bad, and something that sometimes there's nothing that we can do about it. Why did I have those nightmares? What was the reason? Dreaming about things and people who I haven't seen for years or thought about, different things happening. It's the unconscious mind is a curious thing. It's a curious thing. It's a very powerful thing. Very powerful, and with our conscious mind we can feed it. We can feed it. We can give it whatever we want. It's impartial. It will take whatever we give it, right? And whatever we give it will fuel it in whatever direction. Whatever we put into it will come out. As the old story goes, the guy goes to the shaman and says, it's like I have these two dogs, these two wolves. One of them is good, and one of them wants me to do all these great things, and the other one is trying to pull me down, is trying to make me do not so good things, evil things, and things like that. And he says, how do I? This seems like a constant battle, a constant fight with these two wolves, each trying to gain superiority over me. What do I do? How do I deal with it? How do I this fight that's constantly going on? And the shaman simply says, feed the good one, and let the bad one starve. Or words to that effect. So it's our unconscious mind. It has both, right? But whatever we feed it, it will tend to bear fruit in that direction, right? We'll tend to come back out, or whatever we put in, If we only read trash novels, if we only watch TV shows that are just like nothing happens in it, it's just drama and drama, then that's what our life becomes, right? Our life becomes trashy and dramatic, But if we decide to feed our mind with knowledge and wisdom, and maybe the only things we watch or the main thing we watch are documentaries and stories of inspiration, and we read it to gain further knowledge and to learn, or to specialize and to master certain things, then that's what our life will become, right? So maybe I don't need to say this so much to you, because you're feeding your mind with this information right now, this knowledge right now. But we all need reminded. We all need reminded of why are we on this path again? This path that isn't so convenient. Why am I pulling myself out of bed at 5:30 in the morning to do these, at 5 a.m. or whatever time it is, to sit here and talk to you live wherever you are in the world, and it's because it's a challenge for me, to be on form so early in the morning. Usually when I make videos, I don't make my videos till the evening time, because usually I'm just not on the best form to express early in the morning. So I'm having to break through to do that, right? And I don't find it that easy to get to bed early at night either. My son either. It's just seems to be more of a family thing. I don't know, but, you know, even as a child, like, I went to bed very late. My son seems to be the same. He's 2 years old and hard to get into bed before 11 o'clock at night. Just won't go. Just not tired. Just full of beans at night. And then some kids, you know, go to bed at 7, 8 o'clock at night and be completely tired, and that's it. So I love getting up early in the morning. I love this this time. It's a very special time early in the morning. I always feel better when I do it. I always feel better when I do that, you know. But I have to push myself to do it. Something I started doing a while ago as well was I started teaching my martial arts classes in the morning. And I used to always teach in the evening for years. And I changed it to early mornings. So from 7:30 a.m. I teach my martial arts classes. And at the start that was a challenge for me, that was a stretch, because I had to be on form at that time to teach them, right? Not so much speaking, more doing, more physical movement, right? But still, you need to be kind of on form and think clearly, and my brain moving fast. So yeah, it's great to challenge yourselves in these empowering sort of ways. There's a again something else I read was you know, the definition of hell. The definition of hell is when you get to the end of your life. Is getting to the end of your life, and the person that you became coming face to face with the person who you could have become, right? And you know, what does that mean? You know, who's the person you became and who's the person you could have become? You know, what's the difference there? Well, you know, on one level, I see a divine order, that there is perfection. There's perfection in everything. There's a divine order happening above our comprehension much of the time, right? Above and beyond much of our comprehension. And at the same time, you know, we all have a journey. We all have the master's journey, or the hero's journey, as it's said. And the person who we became and the person who we could have become is the difference of the person who breaks through their fears and acts on their courage to step over that threshold and take the journey when the situation arises. Yeah. Times in our life, many times in our life, when we'll go on hero's journeys. But sometimes we refuse the call. But then, you know, we get our courage and we take it. But many people don't. Many people don't take it call. Many people receive the journey. Maybe it's they receive a job offer in a different country. But the uncertainty of that, they don't do it. And then they didn't take the journey. They stay in their comfort zone, and that's what it is. It's staying in your comfort zone, you know. And as we know, all growth happens on the border of chaos and order, right? On that border, you know, like the surfer goes out to surf the waves, and if he doesn't paddle for the wave, when the wave comes, you know, there's the big wave. If he goes, oh, that's a big wave, I'm not going to paddle for that. Then he doesn't get the growth, doesn't become a better surfer, doesn't get the exhilaration of surfing the wave, the energy that you receive from actually being on a wave, that moving wave actually gives you energy, right? Doesn't receive that energy, doesn't receive all the things that surround what it is to be a surfer, right? But the surfer who sees the wave coming, anticipates and goes, okay, let's go. It's a big wave, but let's do it. And paddles and paddles and paddles, and gets up on that wave and surfs it, you know. Or that it's like they're in and out, balance, out of balance, border of chaos and order, as they surf that wave. And at times it's challenging, right? At times life is challenging. At times we receive the the call to action, the call to a journey, comes in many forms. Sometimes it comes in an email from some crazy guy saying, come on a 90-day challenge with me, from mediocrity to mastery. Every day, commit 30 minutes to watching these live trainings, and then completing exercises and doing homework. So easy not to do that. So easy to go, that guy's an idiot. You know, why would I want to do that? I'll go back to what I do every day. Or you might say, you know, let's just do it. I'm just going to do this and see what happens, right? I want to take my life to a new level. I want to, I just want to see what's going to happen, right? Can we really do this process over 90 days and our life really change and go to a whole new level of operation? Can we really attain a new level of mastery over ourselves, to know ourselves on a deeper level and to be able to express that in the world? So this is the journey, and that's how, when you get to the end of your life, when the person you became meets the person you could have become, and you're both the same person. And that happens when you act on your courage, right? That's when you have the fear, but you go ahead and you do it anyway. You step out of your comfort zone when necessary. You take up the challenge, you pick up the torch and you run with it. And you say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to give it everything I got. I'm not going to let fear stand in the way of my dreams. I'm not going to let fear stand in the way of my destiny. I'm not going to let the opinions of others, the cultural status quo, the belief systems of the masses, my current worldview of paradigm, I'm not going to let that stand in the way. I'm going to break through. I'm not going to let my current economic situation, or I'm not going to let, you know, who I was growing up, or what my family name was, or whatever, stop me. I'm going to break through. No excuses, right? It's our excuses that stop us. It's our excuses that stop us from becoming who we could have became, right? Live a life without excuses. Just don't have them. Without the justifications, without the rationalizations, without pointing the finger, oh, it's their fault, or I couldn't do this because of this, or all those excuses are just complaining our way through life. That's just stuff. Out of the way, right? All right, so we're on our relationship section, and still on our relationship section, page 155 of our book, The Values Factor by Dr. John Demartini. The secret to creating an inspired and fulfilling life. That's what we're in the process of doing. Creating an inspired and fulfilling life by learning about ourselves on a deeper level, learning about each other, learning about universal laws and principles, and many other things as well. So if you haven't got this book yet, if this is the first training you're watching, then make sure after you complete watching this training that you purchase this book from drdemartini.com or amazon.com, and you can see more about Dr. Demartini's work by going to his website as well, drdemartini.com. So we're reading directly from the book, and then you're completing the exercises as always. So at the minute we're on page 155, and we've got to the exercise. Okay, so the exercise is communicating your values in terms of your partners. I'll just read out the exercise and we'll carry on with everything. Right? In any relationship, romantic or not, the art of communication is to express your highest value in terms of the other person's highest values. Mastering this skill will allow you to achieve greater depth, inspiration, and fulfillment in all your relationships. This linking exercise can help you get there. Instructions. Think of something that you love and want to do that your partner resists. Answer the following questions. 1. Which higher values of yours does this activity or goal express? Then 1, 2, 3. You've got 3 answers there. 2. Which higher values of your partners seem to be challenged by this activity or goal? And the 3 answers to put in there. 3. Now link your activity or goal to your partner's highest values by asking how specifically does the action or goal I would love to do help my partner fulfill his or her highest values. Don't stop answering that question until you see clearly 10 ways that your action or goal will help your partner fulfill what is most important to them. Everything is linkable. You just have to be creative. Once you make the links, your ability to communicate what you would love to do will be more fluent and effective. So in that next exercise, you'll write down your action or goal you love, and then in the next area, you write down the links, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next section across there, you write down your partner's highest values, and so on, right? So moving on from there, so remember to complete that exercise from your book today, in the next 24 hours. Next section, owning yourself to find your life partner. As we have seen, many people have a lot of fantasies about what a life partner is and how to find one. So this is this section that I mentioned in my email that I sent out about how to find your soulmate, you know, and this is different than you may have thought, right? Life partner, soulmate, same thing, right? So I would love to share an important fact with you. Nobody is missing their life partner. All of the character traits of your life partner are with you throughout your life. When you perceive that you're missing your life partner, it is because you have somewhat incomplete understanding of what a life partner is. As we have seen, we typically fantasize that our life partner is going to be a one-sided person who will provide support without challenge. And as we have also seen, this is an unrealistic expectation. If you are still living with this illusion, you are missing the simple fact that everything you want in your life, every quality you might desire or expect from a life partner, is already in your life in both a supportive and challenging form. Of course, your life partner's traits may not all be amalgamated into one single person. You might be getting those qualities from several people, friends, colleagues, family members, but whether the traits and qualities of your life partner are distributed among many people in your life or exist as one single person, you still already have your life partner right now in some form. I frequently hear about life partners from people I teach and counsel. I usually respond by asking them to list the qualities that they're looking for in a life partner. Then I ask them, who in your life is already presently providing that? 100% of the time, somebody in their life, whether one person or many, is providing those traits. It might be somebody at work, a colleague, business partner, or even a customer. It might be a friend or neighbor. It might be a parent, brother, sister, or even a pet. Very often, it is a combination of all of those. But it is absolutely certain that somebody is providing the traits that they seek. Sometimes they must look broadly and scan all the other people in their life in order to put this puzzle together. Now, here's the wonderful point that emerges from looking clearly and honestly at this issue. Once someone realizes that all the traits they're searching for are already present in their life, they don't feel destitute or desperate or depressed. They feel fulfilled because they have realized, I have my life partner, whether in one or many forms. They also realize that it is their set of values that determine their life partner's ever-evolving form. Why might you diversify your life partner's qualities with one single life partner? The answer is simple: to protect yourself from the pains or challenges that you expect to experience based on your previous one-in-one relationships. Remember, the pains and challenges that you believe you have experienced are in a sense illusory, because they are based on your fantasy of total pleasure and support. But because you have these unrealistic expectations, you see normal life as painful and challenging, instead of simply the way things are. So perhaps you've accumulated memories that cause you to dread a life partner relationship, even though you say that you're looking for your life partner. In that case, you might fulfill those life partner qualities for many people. Because you believe that it will enable you to avoid the pain of getting those qualities from just one person, instead of making yourself vulnerable to one person who will inevitably challenge your highest values and seem to betray you and disappoint you by not meeting your unrealistic expectations, you satisfy your loneliness with friends, your need for companionship with co-workers, and your need for sexual involvement with more casual partners who somehow seem to never work out. Unconsciously, you protect yourself from your view as betrayal, from what you view as betrayal, disappointment, and pain by avoiding a life partner relationship. Instead of entering into such a relationship and learning to embrace both positive and negative aspects of your partner's traits. Recently, a woman in one of my seminars was kind enough to drive me down to Los Angeles from OJ, California. On the trip, she said to me, Dr. Demartini, I don't want to pest you, but I've got to pick your brain. I'm trying to find a man to be in a long-term relationship with, but no matter what I do, I don't seem to be able to find or attract him. So I suggested that maybe she was fooling herself. Possibly deep inside, I suggested she was associating so many challenges to her highest values and so many painful memories with being with only one man, that she was unconsciously avoiding the very outcome she claimed to be searching for. She then insisted, but I'm looking for a life partner. I desperately want a man in my life. I said, if that were actually true, you would have probably already spotted him and attracted him. Dr. Demartini, she said, how can you say that? You don't even know me. Well, I said, let's look into this desire of yours a little further. So I asked her to list all the traits that she was looking for in her life partner relationship. Then I asked her to look at everybody in her life that was providing those qualities. Then I made sure that she saw that she was not only surrounded by and receiving 100% of those qualities, she was getting them in exactly the quantity she desired. Well, it was just mind-blowing for her to realize that nothing was missing in her life, that her life partner was actually not missing, because her life was already full of all the life partner qualities that she desired, just not in the form of the single man that she had been fantasizing about. So then I asked her about her past relationships. I said, can you see that in every relationship you received some of your life partner qualities, but you also had what you assumed to be painful or challenging emotional baggage along with the relationship? It seems you don't want to go through that challenging stuff again. You're afraid to go back into a single relationship because then you might have to deal with all that stuff that became overly challenging in your previous relationships. I do see that, she said slowly. So what you have done, I continued, is to find some of those life partner qualities in a person at work so you can get the same traits without having to go home with them. And you have your tennis partner, you have a dog that is cuddling up to you, you have a woman friend that you can call on the phone, you have all these life partner pieces in your life without having to go through a lot of frustrating parts and possibly dealing with screaming, arguing at night, with flirtation that you don't enjoy, or excessively working things through with a partner, and so on. This was all a revelation to her, so I continued. Every one of the previous relationships that you have had is associated with more challenge than support, or more pain than pleasure. And now you are avoiding those misperceived, one-sided pains while striving to get the same supportive or pleasurable traits that you value from all those relationships. Then I took her through the Demartini method, which I teach in the Breakthrough Experience, and I showed her how to take each of those so-called challenging pains that she had in those relationships and find out how they each served her so that she could balance out her relationship equation. For any trait in someone else that she perceived she had ever caused her pain, I showed her how to find that trait in herself and to find out how that trait had equally served her. I asked her, if that trait that you perceived was causing you pain hadn't been there in your relationship, what would have been the drawback to you? Why was it a benefit, ultimately, to have had that painful trait in your relationship? Well, by the time we were in Los Angeles, she had nothing but gratitude for her first relationship, nothing but gratitude for her second relationship, nothing but thank you for all the 5 relationships she had previously been in. And when we had reached our destination, she had let go of her previously unconscious baggage, and then she realized she was ready to have a new relationship with one person, because now she was ready to more fully embrace the 2 sides that every relationship brings. And guess what? In a few weeks, she found a man whom she now recognized as her life partner. And all of a sudden, she had a man in her life. We often say we want one thing, but underneath, our true highest values dictate what we create. For this woman to attract the life partner she thought she wanted, she had to release her emotional baggage so that her low, now readjusted set of values could align her with her relationship goal. 2 concepts come into play here: attention surplus order, which I explained in chapter 1, and intention surplus order. So attention surplus order and intention surplus order. Together, these factors mean that we each have a special ability to perceive and act on opportunities that fulfill our highest values. If we truly have a high value on being in a relationship, we will perceive and act upon opportunities to be in such a relationship. If we associate our previous relationships with a series of challenging pains that we don't want to experience again, we will not perceive or act upon the ever-present opportunities to be in a relationship. That is why some people can easily go out and find relationships while other people can sit there for months and months seemingly alone. But in fact, both people are finding relationships. In fact, both people have found their life partners. One person mainly one individual, the other person has found their life partner diversifying among many people. Both are living according to their highest values. Consciously or unconsciously, each is creating the life they want. The concept of a life partner ultimately represents the way either one of many people contribute all human character traits to enrich our lives. Traits that we find both supportive and challenging. All of those traits are necessary to maximize our evolution and growth. We can experience our deepest and fullest love when we learn to appreciate them all. So that will end our reading for today. I could go on and read 1, 2, 3 more pages, and then we're on the next chapter. And then our relationship section is finished. What do you think? Will we do 3 more pages? Can you manage it? What time is it? No, we'll finish up there. We'll finish up there, and then we'll complete our relationship section mañana. Powerful stuff, right? You know, when I decided to do this challenge, I thought about it and thought, you know, what's the most value I can give? I can give my subscribers and the people who enjoy viewing my videos and taking part in the challenges. And this is what came up, because, you know, no pun intended, the values factor is the most valuable book that I have ever read for life transformation. And so I wanted to give you something that will be of similar value to you. And that's why we're reading from the book. That's why I'm talking from my experience. And even though these videos are getting so few views, it's probably the most valuable thing for your life, for your fulfillment, for your growth, that you can possibly watch out of any other video on YouTube. And I'm saying that just from a place of complete centeredness and from heart, this is it. So continue to watch each and every one and take part and take action on everything as well. And share this with your friends, send them on your email list, put them on your Facebook page, and let's get the word out there that you can create an inspired and fulfilling life and destiny, and it starts here. Okay, thanks for watching. I look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow. If you'd like to receive regular updates, be on my team, click on the link below, put your email address in, and then you'll receive all my email. I send out a lot of cool stuff. I send out stuff every day. Sometimes it's just reminding you about these calls, and sometimes I'm more prolific and write other things, interesting articles and blogs and stuff like that. And so make sure you just click below, join my team, and if you want to have a vehicle to create financial freedom, that's where you'll also find that as well by clicking on that link below. So thanks very much for watching, and make sure to tune in again tomorrow, same time, same place, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for watching. Bye now.